delighted to be joined by Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, who knows what it feels like to be holding an ICC trophy. He is a World Cup winner himself. But Saibhai, is it fair to say at the moment they missed the 50-over World Cup title, but I'm still taking this big call, and tell me if I'm correct or not. Is India the best white ball team on the planet?
Without a question. Any team that gets into all the three finals, the 50 overs finals, runners-up, the T20 winners, and now the Champions Trophy, without a question, they have to be the best white ball team on the planet. No doubt whatsoever about that. And the cribbers might crib, as Dr. said.
Yes.
But look, to be able to get in all the finals at home, there was no home advantage in all those other places.
Yes.
Yet India won. So clearly, I think India, without a question, is the best white ball team at the moment in the world.
Okay, as Mr. Gavaskar here puts it so accurately, perfectly, the best white ball team on the planet, because remember, they are the champions in T20 cricket and now in the 50-over format as well. This particular final, Saibhai, be honest, you had your heart in your mouth, chewing your nails because it was a close contest.
Well, I wasn't chewing my nails, but I certainly was a little bit concerned because you had, after Rohit Sharma got out, India lost 3 wickets in, and there was still about 130 runs to get. So it wasn't going to be easy because they needed a partnership, which is exactly what Shreyas Iyer and Akshar Patel provided.
Yeah.
And so that steadied the ship. But still, there was plenty to be done, and that is what Rahul and Akshar Patel, to an extent, and then Rahul and Hardik Pandya did. Now, what that shows is the depth of talent that India has in the batting as well as in the bowling. In the bowling, the variety that was there, because a lot of the other teams struggled with their fifth bowler. India didn't have a problem. India had to, in fact, think who not to give the ball to, because they had 6 bowlers. So 6 plus bowlers. So that is where the all-round strength of the Indian team was seen, and which is what has got them this time.
Okay, I'm going to show you the Dubai skyline, and why I show you the skyline, I'm going to move a little bit because there is a lot of noise around me. So this is the Dubai skyline, and we were seeing a few fireworks going up in the sky a short while ago. The firework display is over, but our discussion here on India Today continues. Sunil Gavaskar still with me as we bring you all the very latest from here in Dubai. Saibhai, I can hear all the dhols and everything being played because we've got visuals from across the country coming in. But right now, still sticking with this encounter, and what a close encounter it was. Let's start from India's chase. Rohit Sharma, when you see him bat like this, he gets you those 76 runs, which now is clearly the man of the match winning performance. And you wonder, if he can only mix caution with aggression, he'll win you every single game.
Because he's got all the shots in the book. If he can just marry it with the patience that he showed when he was starting out. Remember, he batted a whole 50 overs innings to get 264 out to the last one of the innings. So if he, well, I'm not even, yesterday we were talking, I said if he bats for 25 overs, India will be 180, 190. But he didn't, he gave the Indian team a start. And for the final, the captain playing a century plus innings means, he really has, lifted the trophy on his own shoulders, so lifted the team on his own shoulder. That would have been fantastic. Still, India winning is just incredibly, satisfying, because there were occasions when you thought, what is the Indian team going to do, because against the Australian, they looked a little bit iffy towards the end, even here. But the way that they showed their temperament, fantastic. It really has been. This has been an enjoyable win. 2 close games, semi-final and final. That's exactly what you want. That's where your temperament is tested. That's where your skill level is tested. And the Indians came through with flying colours.
Okay, what does this mean also for Indian cricket, Sunny? And why I ask you that question? Indian cricket, and we were talking about Rohit Sharma, went through a bit of a tough time. You lost to the same team which you've beaten here in the final in a test series at home. You went to Australia, could not retain, the Border Gavaskar Trophy. I know different format, but Indian cricket needed a lift. Is this the lift that Indian cricket needed?
Definitely, yes. I think because you needed, after what happened in Australia, what happened before that in India, which was far more disappointing than what happened in Australia. And so clearly, I think Indian cricket needed that lift, and this victory has provided it just the fillip that it needed.
I'm going to go back to the Rohit Sharma subject. Before this game was starting, there were talks whether this could be his last ODI for India, because I think now the ODI that they're going to play is only December, next ODI that India plays. And then, of course, you have the World Cup, which is 2 years away. Looking at his form, looking at the way he marshals his troop, the captain that he is, now 2 white ball titles, what do you reckon? Would you like for him to continue? I know it's his decision, but would you like for him to continue, or do you think this is the perfect high?
I think this is the perfect high, but what I think what is likely to happen is that the selection committee will have a sit down with him and ask him what his take on the future is, because what they would like to do is at the moment is look to plan ahead for the 27 World Cup, and so that is now 2 years down the road, 2.5 years down the road. So clearly, I think they will want to ask him, look, do you think you will be able to, play till, because it will mean he'll be 40 years old when that happens. So that is the kind of discussion that is likely to take place between the selection committee and Rohit Sharma. So it's a tough one. We all think that we can go on. We all think that we can carry on. But you want to know, if he's enjoying it, if he's enjoying the responsibility, enjoying the little tension of being a captain and finding things not really always going your way, then you want to carry on. But if you're not enjoying it, if it is just getting a little too much, then you want to say, okay, thank you guys, I've had enough.
Whether, he carries on or not, I'm already talking about his legacy. I said, 7th ICC title. Most captains have only won 1. There is only one MS Dhoni, that had 3. Now, in that elite list, right behind him, Rohit Sharma with 2.
Yes, that was, even in the IPL, he's got as captain. So his leadership, there's no question about his leadership qualities. And now, just behind MS Dhoni with 2 ICC titles, just tells you how wonderful a leader he's been for the Indian cricket team.
Even if he is to walk away right now, do you think one of the things he leaves behind is the positive intent with which the Indian team is playing? We saw that in T20 cricket. They slightly changed it, and he was the one who was leading from the front, and the new team is only carrying that thing forward in the young T20 team. Do you think even now, if he was to walk away from the ODI format, this new mindset of fearless cricket that he has initiated, even as captain, he's walking the talk, that's that one legacy he leaves behind?
I'm sure that will be the case. But don't forget, there's only one Rohit Sharma. So Rohit Sharma was the one who could do it, and do it, pretty regularly. Whether his replacement, and at the top of the order, 1 and 2, is going to be able to replicate that, we don't know. So because he was able to do it himself, even in the final against Australia at Ahmedabad, he got a 40 in no time. But whether whoever replaces him is going to be able to do that, we don't know. But even if they do, even 75% of what he's doing, they'll be getting the team off to a very good start.
I know it's a moot question now, but since you talk about that Ahmedabad game, if that caution with aggression Rohit Sharma was there, maybe we would have had the 50-over title as well.
Yes, well, look, sometimes this is not what happens. Sometimes, the gods above want you to be brought down to earth. Remember, we had the 2007 T20 World Cup. Yeah. We had the 2011 50 overs ICC World Cup. And we also had the 2013 Champions Trophy. So we had 3 of the major trophies. And if we had got around to winning the 2014 T20 World Cup, which we lost in the final, then we would have had, just an incredible thing with MS Dhoni, with him having won all these trophies, and India being the #1 team in Test cricket as well.
Okay, talk us through the supporting cast, because that's another standout feature, and we've seen every time a team wins a World Cup-like event, there has to be multiple heroes, and that's exactly what we've seen. 3 names that come to my mind right now. One of Akshar Patel, he's picked up wickets, must be in the top 15 wicket takers. He's got some runs, must be in probably top 15 run getters as well. The Shreyas Iyer, second highest run getter of this tournament, and remember, he's not an opener. Rachin Ravindra has gone ahead, 1 inning less, but an opener, or you at least get 1, 2 or 3. He's still coming down the order and getting you those tough runs. Third one, KL Rahul, till the start of the tournament was quiet. Now the semi-final and the final has played 2 crucial roles. Tell us about these 3 players and their supporting role.
And don't forget Varun Chakravarti and
Varun Chakravarti. Yes, I was going to get to the bowlers. Another question for them.
No, Virat Kohli as well as a batter. I mean, he scored 100 and then he got 85. So it just tells you that, look, when it was needed, he held the team together at a time when the top order had not delivered. So I mean, all these, players, if you have a situation where 5-6 players have been match winners for you, then it's bound to be that your team is going to go on to win, because you always have somebody or the other who is going to be able to, bring the team out from a tricky situation. Varun Chakravarti has bowled well. Shreyas Iyer, the way he kept his cool. Akshar Patel as well. Maybe the shot was a little. I know I wasn't very happy with the shot while I was in commentary, but he's batted well, he's bowled well, and the run out he had in the first game. So clearly, I think it just tells you that here is another cricketer who can be relied on because in a situation where it is needed to keep your head, he did keep his head. He can sometimes get a bit carried away and play a shot like he did today, which is this really is not the easiest of shots to play, because there's not a this is a flow. Here your arm gets just a little bit locked. So otherwise he would have finished the match. He would have been unbeaten. He would have got a half century as well. But never mind. I think overall he's done magnificently. So these are the guys who have done exceedingly well, and that augurs also superbly for India in the future, that all these players have still got plenty of years left in international cricket.
I have the toughest question for you now. Who's your man of the tournament? There is a contender in Virat Kohli. There's a contender in Shreyas Iyer. Maybe Akshar Patel or Varun Chakravarti. Less games. Too many. Rohit Sharma with that knock. You do the tough job.
I would imagine that I think it will be a tough one between, say, Virat Kohli, Varun Chakravarti, and Akshar Patel as well. So all these players have done exceedingly well. Very tough, like I said, and of course not to forget Rohit Sharma's captaincy.
See, that's how tough it is.
That's how tough it is.
Can't really put. If you had to cast a vote, who you're casting for? Now the tough bit.
Well, I'm not a selection. I'm just so happy that India has won. I give anybody the player of the player.
You just want the trophy. The trophy to come to India.
But that's all. That's the only thing, and I'm so happy that it has happened.
It is coming back after a big gap of 12 years. You must remember that as well. Champions Trophy, we had the heartbreak in.
We were runners-up in the last one that was played. So, India's done well in this Champions Trophy. Previously also 2002, it was, because of the rain, we were joint holders. So this Champions Trophy, India really has been an outstanding team.
Does it take, and I'm asking you as a fan, does it take away from that pain of 19th November, 50 over World Cup final?
No, I don't.
No, that's something else.
That is something else. Look, winning in front of your home crowd is something different. I mean, just imagine more than 100,000 people there at the Narendra Modi Stadium, how it would have been. The noise if India had won would have reached the skies somewhere, which would have reached maybe Mars and Venus. It would have been such a expression of joy if India had won over there. But never mind, I think 2031 the World Cup is in India.
2031. Finally, before I let you go, I want to remind our viewers one thing. We have won this tournament without the biggest match winner on the planet. His name is Jasprit Bumrah. Missed that tournament because of an injury. I want to know, you can't really replace a Jasprit Bumrah and the impact that he has, but can Varun Chakravarti, or was Varun Chakravarti that X factor that came in?
Yes. Yes, because the way he bowled, nobody conquered him. And therefore that is the reason why the middle overs where India was struggling in the earlier matches, they were able to get wickets, they were able to put the brakes on the opposition batter.
All right, we'll leave Mr. Gavaskar now. He has to go to a sister channel, but Saim, thank you so much for joining us, sharing your joy with our viewers as well. And just like you, I'm sure all of them are very happy and excited. Can't really take the pain away of that 50.